Practices and identify the regulatory agencies. Give me a second. I'm not going to be on here long. I am, but I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, Lord. Trying to wait till some people get in here, because I think I'm going to do at least 1 hour on. Oh, shit. I just hit my hand. I'm going to try to at least do 1 hour on here, because the more and more you guys continue to submit claims, the more and more it's going to take longer for everybody to get a check. So I am mentally exhausted. I would love to get a check. It has been... do you go to the Zoom meeting? It couldn't happen because everybody kept submitting claims. That's why. That's exactly why. There were still claims that were being submitted, and they couldn't make a decision about who owes what and how much they owe. So they rescheduled the meeting. So there was no way I have to wait and look at Pacer again sometime later. And then I go from there, honestly. So I'm waiting for more people to come in, because I don't want to have to repeat myself. I don't want to confuse you guys, and I don't want nobody to give out the wrong information. I'm mentally exhausted. I'm frustrated about the situation. We've been dealing with this since 2023. So I'm tired. I don't know if y'all tired, but I definitely am, and I'm ready to get a check. And I have still other obligations that I do have to do, and I have to deal with. I don't want to have to deal with it a bunch of times. So y'all share the live. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get on TikTok live while I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and do TikTok live and Facebook live. So when I get done with the live, I can post it on YouTube, and y'all can go subscribe to my YouTube and just watch it later. Now, again, before I actually start all of this, I want to make it abundantly clear. I am not a lawyer. I do not give out legal advice. I am not a financial compensation type of person. I am a regular person that likes to read. I like to properly instruct people, or like to think outside the box. I am an information station type of person. I would rather read something 1,000 times until I actually get it, or I would like to sit up here and just give that information in the most layman term as possible. So if you see this live right now, I am not going to leave this live up on Facebook, but I will put it on YouTube through TikTok, because I am live on TikTok right now as we speak. So y'all like the live, share the live, tell your people to come over here, because now you guys are prolonging the bankruptcy situation. I would really love my check immediately right now. I would love my check, because that's what we're waiting on. So I'm going to wait till there's some more people that come in the live, because I don't want to start without an understanding. And while y'all are doing that, I'm rereading over my motion/petition for federal court against Westlake Portfolio Management. So I'm going to be directing my attention over there. I've been trying to get this lady over to you, but not getting a response from you. I don't know. So here's the thing. Matter of fact, let me go here, because that's why I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. I looked. Number one, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not accept any friend requests. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't accept any friend requests, because I just don't. I be having too much going on. I need for people to fully understand why I don't accept any friend requests. So I apologize. But I have 11,000 followers on my personal page, which is Nevadia Brooks. And then there's an additional 2,900 people that also follows me, as well as 5,000 friends, right? I try to check my spam as much as possible, but it's kind of hard for me to do that and bounce back and forth between that page and my Dirty Joe page, which my Dirty Joe page is the persona that is presented to the public as another extension of who I actually am. And I do check those spam messages as well. I'm a one man, one sound type of person. So I'm the one that's looking at all the messages. I try not to go into my Dirty Joe page on Facebook. If she does have any questions, for sure, she can definitely go to the U.S. Auto Sales group. That's an open group on Facebook. So she don't have to directly come to me, because I have overly extended myself a bunch of times when it comes to letting people know how the contract is broken down, explaining so much to so many people. And for me personally, that kind of cuts into my other time, because right now I work with a good company, and I can't go into details of the company that I do work for, but for sure, you know, I've been assisting with other cases, like, you know, other stuff, you know, doing research for other stuff. But anyway, so my time is kind of like occupied with a lot of shit that's going on, right? But for the most part, again, like the live and share the live, send it to your people that have U.S. Auto Sales, because I'm going to break it down one time and one time only. I don't want nobody, yeah, you can see the group. The group is public, so, I mean, everybody's been in. It's like over, like, 5,000 people in that group. But for the most part, I want people to fully understand. I will do a breakdown of why the contract is illegal. I'm going to try to do this within an hour. I don't want to confuse people. I don't want you to not understand exactly what's going on, why it's going on, and why it's happening to you. Number one, the good book always says the first will be last and the last will be first. For years and years and years, you have been deemed as a person that is considered in the last place. And the only reason being is because of the simple fact that your credit was not where it needed to be. You didn't get a cash car. You wanted something decent that will get you from point A to point B. Because of that, a lot of people assume that cash is king, and the reality of the situation is you need a little bit of cash, and you do need a little bit of credit to get in certain rooms that you would have never imagined that you would be in, right? We all had the same idea and thought process when we went to U.S. Auto Sales and American Car Center, okay? The thought process was, hey, I need a car, and I need it now. I want something decent. Whether you went to American Car Center, which they lease their cars, or you went to U.S. Auto Sales, which they finance their cars, each and every contract have rules, regulations that everybody who have signed or been assigned to those contracts have to abide by. In initial, when companies do not follow proper protocol, there are things that are supposed to happen that we as consumers, we kind of let fly by night. One of the biggest things is a company going into bankruptcy. I want you to fully understand what is going on at this current moment. And I'm going to break this down in the most layman term as possible. And I know some people are probably going to have questions. If you have questions, I'm going to look at your questions on the computer. So, I want to make this abundantly clear so that you understand. The reason why our contracts got turned over to Westlake Portfolio the reason why it was supposed to get turned over to Westlake Finance was because when you go into bankruptcy, you change your position from being a creditor to a debtor. And when you look at the rules and regulations of bankruptcy, it says that whoever is entering into bankruptcy as a company that was a creditor is right now a debtor. So that means that initially, when Westlake assumed the position of the servicer, what was supposed to happen was you was not supposed to think or have the ability to think and or assume. Wait a bombs. What? Okay. So the thought process is, you as a consumer, you would have never thought you would put in a claim against a debt collector. I mean, against the company that you purchase your vehicle from. Because when you look at your contract, you are listed as the debtor. You are listed as the person that owes money. You are the person that has to fit the bill. That is how it is listed. Now, this is just my personal opinion. Do not take it for face value. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a lawyer. I don't give out legal advice. I don't give out financial advice. I don't have any credentials. And I understand that sometimes using credentials or having those credentials would make me a little more, up there. But I am a girl that is just a person that likes to read and think outside the box. And I would like to think and play devil's advocate a lot when it comes to certain things and certain conversations and certain situations. Okay? And the only reason I'm telling you my thought process is because to understand why I move the way that I move and why I do the things that I do, you have to understand me. Okay? So, in event, if I was a company that were to be U.S. Auto Sales, and I know that I'm about to go into bankruptcy because literally I can't pay anybody, I need to get these contracts off immediately because I'm about to change position. I'm about to be in the position of the getting bent, if that makes sense. If you've ever seen the movie, what is that movie called? It's a Tyler Perry movie. And what's her name? Janet Jackson said, oh. So you getting bent. Ain't nobody bending me. Oh, so you doing the bending. That's what I mean by that. We are royally getting fucked when we are assuming the debtor's position, because there are so many benefits to being a debtor in a certain position where you also provide the credit. And I know mentally that sounds absurd, but I want you to fully understand when you initially got into your agreement for your car that you were just utilizing to get from point A to point B, your thought process is, I'm going to make a payment to keep this car. But you also did not read the contract. There are things that happen that aren't supposed to happen. I can't fully discuss everything, and I'm not trying to be asinine, and I'm not trying to gatekeep. There are just certain things that I know for a fact that you wouldn't understand unless you're in it. And right now I'm deep in it and I don't want to confuse anybody. What we are going over today is we are going over how to file this claim. The reason why we are going over how to file this claim and what makes sense is because, number one, the more claims you guys put in, it holds up everybody else's check that have been put in their claims. And I want to excuse you. I want to go ahead and apologize ahead of time. Sometimes I may call y'all bitches and hoes. And I have a very bad potty mouth. So I want to apologize in advance because it's not meant in disrespect. It's meant out of love. Do not confuse my passion for anger or frustration. I just want y'all to understand that wholeheartedly. Number two, ever so often, if you don't know or if you do not understand, I do have ADHD impulsiveness and I do not take medication for it. So if every so often I may have a Tourette's moment, I am apologizing for it ahead of time. I do know how to control it, but there are moments where it just will come out. Okay? U.S. Auto Sales filed for bankruptcy in Delaware voluntarily. And they voluntarily decided to bend over and get, instead of doing the bending, they were getting bent. By filing bankruptcy on the 23rd of August of 2023. The reason I know this and remember this wholeheartedly is because for those that do not know, or for those who do not know who I am, my name is Nevadia Brooks. I legally canceled my car contract on August the 21st of 2023. which means that at that time point in moment, I did not owe anything on my contract because I got it legally canceled by myself. Do U.S. Auto Sales owe me money? For sure. How am I going to get it? Bankruptcy. I'm not even stressing about them sending me a check right now. The check is going to come. But it's not going to come if y'all keep fighting about how to file a claim. So we're going to get through this shit today. And I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I don't want anybody to sit here and say, you know what? How do you do this? How do you do that? When I'm giving you the information, initially, I'm going to be honest with you. Donations would be greatly fucking appreciated. Unfortunately, I don't want to seem like I am panhandling. So I set my price higher than what anything possible because initially I know you guys are not going to pay this and I do not want to charge you and I don't want to have to deal with everybody individually. I still have people continuing to disrespect me in the most obscene way. You guys will sit up here and ask me 1,000,001 questions about your personal situation. And unfortunately, I love you enough to leave y'all alone. And I would hope that y'all respect me enough to do the same. But let's get into it. For those that don't know, or for those that do not understand, U.S. Auto Sales have 6 different entities. 6. So that initially there were 6 claims that you had to do. We found this out at the last minute. Okay? I was working with a group of people. I'm not going to say their names, but they know who they are, and I greatly appreciate them wholeheartedly. I love y'all to death. Heart emoji. We were sending those claims in left and right, printer paper going crazy, and sending them registered or certified mail, which cost a little bit more. And a lot of people were compensated for their time for a particular reason. Okay? But your claim got accepted and it got put in on time, immediately. The reason why U.S. Auto Sales had 6 different entities was because who you thought you were paying, you were not paying. You thought you was paying U.S. Auto Sales, but initially on the back end, there were 5 other hands that had their hands in the pot that you knew nothing about until Delaware bankruptcy. What U.S. Auto Sales did, they attempted to file bankruptcy separately. So it was going to be 6 different bankruptcies and nobody was going to ever catch up to them. Well, ring a ding ding, Delaware bankruptcy does not play. You want to play with them? They don't play that. They shut that down immediately. We're going to find out which companies or which parts of your company may have the ability to sell assets to pay every creditor, which means when they sign voluntarily for Delaware bankruptcy, they're the debtor. You're a creditor. Do we understand how we changed the position on August the 23rd of 2023? If you did not understand that breakdown, I officially think that you're fucking slow. And I don't want to think that you're slow. I want to think that you're just acting slow. Let's continue on. After 2023, we're now in 2025. The more and more y'all keep submitting claims, which again, I want everybody to get a piece of the pie if you can. Get your money. Run me my money. Yeah, get your money. But the more and more you guys submit the claim, number one, you guys will crash the website. Number two, you guys will prolong the bankruptcy situation. So people that have been waiting for a check since 2023, who made sure that they were on time for the first time that it was supposed to be shut down in 2024. Now, I've been told that bankruptcy can go, the max they've heard is 10 years. A motherfucker, I am posting this to YouTube, so I have to be mindful. I don't want to be waiting 10 years for a check. So we're going to get this done immediately. After they attempted to sit up here and do 6 separate claims, voluntary claims to bankruptcy, but Delaware bankruptcy shut it down and said, no ma'am, no sir. We're not finna do that. So 3 pieces of that company got shut down for Delaware bankruptcy. You do not have any, because I definitely follow you on Facebook. There's no way you follow me on Facebook. Yeah, it might be a fake page out there. I'm not gonna sit up here and hold you. I got fake. It's people that pretend to be me, okay? They probably taking money and everything. But I'm telling you right now, for sure, it ain't me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I got one main Facebook page. I have 2 Dirty Joe pages. And I have 2 Instagram pages that are Dirty Joe. Everything else is not me. I don't have access to. I never had access to. I don't know. But anyway. So, out of the 6 entities, they shut down 3 of them. So, it used to be, and I'm going to give you the claim number. And if somebody wants to be helpful, I would greatly appreciate it. Please type it in the comment section. Please. The claim numbers were 23. And this is how I remember it because my birthday is on the 24th of July. 23 is the number ahead. So 23-112, which that's a group that I like from Atlanta. You know, they used to sing Peaches and Cream. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56. Those were all of the case numbers. But because Delaware does not play that, they went ahead and shut them down. So the only claims that you need to file, 51, 52, and 54. So it's 23-112-51, 23-112-52, and 23-12-54. 53, 55, and 56 were shut down by Delaware bankruptcy. You no longer have to do claims for those. They ain't got no money. They ain't got no money. So you're only doing 3 claims. Now, before I continue on, please do not confuse this shit with, I'm sorry, YouTube. Please do not confuse this with the CFPB stuff. Do not confuse it. Those are 2 separate things. So everybody that is saying, hey, I got my car in 2015. What about Georgia people? What about, it does not matter. If y'all don't hurry up and file them claims and I don't get a check, I'ma scream. I'ma scream and I'ma block all y'all. And then y'all will be like, what happened to the video? What happened to I blocked y'all. All of y'all. Because y'all continuing to file claims and it is stopping and prolonging everybody who's already did their claim. And we're waiting on a check. Okay. Let's continue on. For those people that do not understand, 51, 52, and 54. The numbers are the same across the board. Please stop adding and subtracting shit that don't make sense. Whatever numbers you put on 51, you put it on 52. Whatever numbers you put on 52, you put it on 54. Do not make up numbers. Because, as I told you before, Delaware bankruptcy does not play. They will shut it down immediately. A lot of people who did do their claims and did not do it in the proper form, fashion, or manner, your claim has 0 next to it. 0. Do I want your shit to say 0? No. Does your numbers make sense? That's what they're trying to figure out. If you do not, and I repeat this really, really loud, because it's best to have evidence than to submit a claim and not have evidence. And I'm only telling you this is because I don't want you to go to jail, to prison, or have to pay a hefty fine for lying for shits and giggles. Now, when I say that, I'm saying that with all my heart. Because I love y'all, but I don't like y'all sometimes. I tell people, if you are going to file the claim, I will, Gabby, give me a second. We're not there yet. It's a lot of people. We're not there yet. So give me a second, right? Your proof of claim, before you even go onto the website. Don't even look at the website yet. If you have your contract, the things that would make sense to have as a form of evidence is your retail installment sales contract, the first 2 pages, if you have it, and the purchase agreement, the first page. The reason why these 3 pages are the most important is because the second page of your retail installment sales contract does an itemization breakdown of what has been paid. What has been paid is considered secured amount. That's what Delaware bankruptcy claim is asking you for. They need an itemized record of what is paid. Is there security interest? Have they delegated security interest? Now, the only reason I'm telling you that it only makes sense for you to make a claim against U.S. Auto Sales is because of the simple fact that even though they transferred it over to Westlake, or Westlake is proclaiming to have power of attorney, which is perfectly fine, well, and fucking dandy, those contracts still say U.S. Auto Sales. Initially, with a proper transfer, you were supposed to get a new contract. Anyway, let's continue on. So, with that being said, those 3 pieces make sense. If you have a banking statement where you can show proof of every payment that you made, they're still possibly either going to ask you for more evidence or they're going to deny your claim, because it's so many people that are trying to do it. Not only so many people trying to do it, the website is continuing to crash because of this. I want you to save those pieces. The first 2 pages of your retail installment sales contract and the first page of your purchase agreement, if you do not have this. Now, before, and I'm only telling you this because this has happened. Before, if you did not have your contract, I was making a suggestion, a very heavy suggestion for you guys to go ahead and email or communicate with Westlake. Even though we know how Westlake is, we know they are very difficult. Their customer service is not the best, and it is not someone who speaks proper English all the time. Unfortunately, you will communicate with them to get your contract. But some people, they weren't able to get the contracts because they're not willing to send them anymore. They're understanding what is going on. As I posted in the Facebook group, I posted a video of a man watching the animated movie called A Bug's Life, where the mosquitoes were talking about how one ant stood up to them, and it shouldn't mean anything. But the head mosquito was basically letting them know, if one ant stands to you, then you may think that that is nothing. But if all the ants stand up to you, you have a problem. With that being said, I have been trying my hardest to make sure that I orchestrate everything in a proper manner. I don't want to be top dog. Unfortunately, I have the best organization skills, and I want y'all to get this shit done. I don't want to wait 10 years for a check for this. I'm tired of dealing with this. I want to attack who I need to attack. So make sure, if you don't have your contract, please don't submit a claim. If you have something that is written down that can show proof that you have an itemized list of what you have been paying, then you make the claim. If you do not have that, don't do it. Another way I was suggesting people to get their contract was to make a complaint with the CFPB, which at first, Westlake Portfolio Management was being forced to give up the contract that they did have on file from a improper transfer. Now, with a lot of people that I have noticed, they're saying that they no longer have your contract. But I also know that they're either still picking up your cars or still accepting payment. And both are illegal. I just want to make that clear. If you know for a fact that Westlake has called you and said, hey, when are you going to make a payment? And you ask the CFPB hey, I need Westlake to provide validation of this debt that they're saying that I need to pay, because they're calling me. And they send a message back through the CFPB as a third party. And they tell them, we don't have any information about this contract. We don't even own this contract. Somebody's lying. And at that point, you're going to have a different mindset that you may have to go to court. And that is a different battle that a lot of people are not mentally prepared for. I wasn't mentally prepared for it, and I've been dealing with this for 3 years now. If you're not able to get your contract in any type of way, you can't find it, it was repoed in the card. If you don't have it, please do not file a claim. It doesn't make sense, because if you do something to that nature, you are holding up everyone else. Let's move forward. For all the people that do have your contracts, I suggest that you take a picture, send it to yourself in an email. Get on the computer, the tablet, whatever. Just do not do it on your cell phone, because I've noticed that a lot of people that do their claims for Delaware bankruptcy, for U.S. auto sales, they're having issues with their cell phones. And it's making them start over again. I don't want you to have to do that, because, again, every little move that y'all make, it prolongs everybody else's shit. I promise you. And that's no fun for everybody. Now that we have those two things out of the way, you have your contract. You have the 2 pieces of the retail installment sales contract, which are the first 2 pages. And then you have your first page of your purchase agreement. I'm going to show you what mine look like. You can highlight the portions that you need to highlight. It is to your discretion. The next thing that you will do at this point, you're going to go to the Delaware Bankruptcy website, which is DEB. Did I spell it right? Did I do that right? No, I'm pulling up paper. What is it? Just type in Delaware Bankruptcy Court. You can type it in Google, Microsoft Bing, whatever. It is going to pull up the Delaware website, and it's going to say the website is www.d as in dog, E as in Edward, B as in boy, .uscourts.gov. If somebody can type that in the chat, I greatly appreciate it, because I don't want any confusion. I'm going to show y'all exactly what it looks like, and then I'm going to show y'all where y'all need to go. Give me a second. Let me flip the screen. Flippity dip dip. Boom. This is the screen that you will be looking at when you get on there, okay? This is the website that you should go to. Can somebody type that in chat? www.deb.uscourts.gov. Okay? Now, as I flip the screen around, Facebook, I will not be able to turn the camera anymore. I'm going to only turn TikTok's video, because, like I said, I have access to this, and I will be sharing this onto YouTube. So when you see it, you will get to understand why I did what I did. Let's continue on. Number 1. I've told y'all plenty of time, I'm not a lawyer. I don't give out legal advice. I don't give out financial advice. That's just not what I do. That's not who I am. I do not get paid to sit here and answer your questions. I love y'all to death. Unfortunately, that is not what I do. But if you are confused at what I was talking about, or you did not understand what I am saying, Delaware has a whole group of staff that will answer your questions. The phone number for Delaware Bankruptcy is 302-252-2900. They're open Monday through Friday. Please happily call them without a problem. That is what they get paid for. I don't get paid to answer questions. They do. Call them. Stop being scared, because this is something dealing with a check that's supposed to come to you. I'm not handling your check stuff. You can only handle your check stuff. Let's continue on. When you go to this website, they have a bunch of links at the top. The first link is going to be Understanding Bankruptcy. That is not what we're going to click on. I want you to click on Programs and Services. And I'm going to turn, like I said, I'm going to turn TikTok around, and they will get to see where I'm at. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm going to just go ahead and turn Facebook around too. Like I said, I'm not keeping up the live, so y'all better get with it. See that? Programs and Services. As we can see, Programs and Services, it says claim information, file a financial management, mediation information, yada, yada, yada. We want to go to claim information, which is the first one. Give me a second. I'm going to click on this. Give me a second. Hold on. Flippity dip. Boom. I'm going to click on claim information. Now, while we are here in the claim information area, right? I want y'all to fully understand that if you've already filed a claim, please don't file another one, because your original one will get kicked out. I'm going to repeat it again. If you have already filed a claim, you do not need to file another one, or your first one will get kicked out. If you file a claim because you got a letter, a notice in the mail saying that, hey, we found some money to pay y'all, and you file a claim because it say you need to file a claim, I want you to think very logically before I choke the screen. Delaware bankruptcy would not have your information if you didn't file a claim. So if you got something in the mail saying, hey, we found some money so that they can pay you back, and you file another claim because it say file another claim, I want you to think before I immediately choke the screen. Delaware bankruptcy would not have your information if you didn't already file a claim. So don't file another claim. Because if you do, you're going to make my checks. I'm tired of waiting. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Sorry. Because people keep asking that same crazy question. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, are we stupid or are we dumb? Because I know for a fact that I've never talked to Delaware bankruptcy effort. But if my name shows up on a piece of paper in the mother freaking mail, and they say, oh, file a claim, I know that they wouldn't have none of my information if I haven't already done it. Don't piss me off. Thank you. Let's continue on. Now, when you click on, that you want to file a claim, this is what it's going to look like. Let me flip this camera. Boom. This is what you're going to look for. Okay. I'm flipping TikTok. My camera is running low. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the money for the rent. So this is what it's going to look like. Boom. You feel me? Clearly, there's a button right there that says file proof of claim. Then you have a button at the bottom that says file an amendment proof of claim. Now, those are two buttons. They do not do the same. I want to make that abundantly clear. Those are two buttons. They do not do the same. If this is your first time filing a claim, you would just click on file proof of claim. Very simple. Y'all overcomplicating this shit. Please stop. File proof of claim. If you have already filed a claim, which means that you have already done this process, you would file a amended proof of claim because you want to look to see that they already have your information. And there is a list of people. And I will show y'all that at the end. All the people that had their claim and their claim, how much they're getting. Possibly. Maybe. We still got to figure out where the money comes from. Where's the money? Like, where's the beef? Where's the money? Anyway. Now, before I click on this file proof of claim, I want to make sure that I put out here what it says on the website. And this is why I'm very adamant about if you don't have your shit, don't file a claim. Penalties for filing a fraudulent claim. Fine up to $500,000 or imprisonment up to 5 years. Do y'all want to play with these people or not? So the next MFer that sits up here and say, well, I don't have my contract. Can I still file a claim? Do you want to go to jail or prison? That's exactly what you tell them. So if y'all go into that U.S. Auto Sale group and somebody say, I don't have my information, can I still file a claim? You tell them. Do you want to pay a $500,000 fine or spend 5 years in fucking prison? Not jail, prison. Because the next MFer that says that crazy stuff, this is how I want to do this. I want to, the screen. And if you don't believe me, I always tell people, don't believe shit that I say. Look it up. I'm going to show you that it says that. So you don't think that I'm freaking losing it. I'm going to show you what it says. Hold on. Let me show Facebook first. Then I'm going to show TikTok. You see that right there? And it's bold, too. So you know. Penalties for filing a fraudulent claim. Up to $500,000 or in prison for 5 years or both. Now, if the next MFer sit up here and say, I don't have my information, can I file a claim? Go ahead and go to jail. Do not pass go. Collect $200. Get a $500,000 penalty. Y'all think I'm playing? They do not play. Please don't play with these people. Please don't play with these people. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I told y'all to file some fraudulent. I didn't tell y'all none of that. Now that you have your document saved as your proof of a valid claim, already saved to your computer, you're going to click on file proof of claim. Okay? And when you click on that, it's going to bring you to this screen right here. Boom. This is the screen you're going to look at. This is what you should be looking at. If you press file proof claim, you already got your proof claim saved. Boom, boom, boom. This is where you're supposed to be at. This is what you need to be. Remember, I told you at the beginning of this live, there are only 3 claims. Mind you, whatever you put on the first one, you're going to put on the second one. Whatever you put on the second one, you're going to put on the third one. We want to ATM all the money. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Okay? At the top, it says file claim number. It says the case number is going to be an example of like 14-00002. Well, I've already given y'all that information. So you're going to click that little box that says case number. You're going to put 23-112-51. I told y'all, my birthday is on the 24th. The claim number starts with 23. My favorite group is 112. And the first claim number is 51. If you can't remember that, that's fine. Do it the way that you want to do it. But I remember Peaches and Cream. That is a 112 song. I'm from Atlanta. My birthday is on the 24th. The number before that is the 23rd. You ain't got to remember it that way. But I'm telling you how I remember it. Okay? I told y'all I'm different. I think outside the box and I do shit differently. Okay. Let's continue on. It seems like this might be a little bit longer than an hour. I'm trying to make sure that I get to the post office before 10 p.m. I have some things to send off to the courthouse. Anyway, after, and like I said, if y'all just want to tune in to my TikTok, that might be a little bit better because I'm tired of flipping and holding y'all like that. Matter of fact, I need to just take out this tripod and stop BSing around. Give me a second, y'all. I apologize. I do have a tripod and I did buy it for reasons of such. So I'm going to put Facebook. I'm going to put y'all on a little tripod, y'all. So I ain't got to keep flippity dipping y'all around. Making y'all feel like little wet noodles. Okay, boom, got y'all on Facebook. Hey, y'all is very close to my face. Don't mind any pimples or blemishes. Okay, all right, I got y'all flippity dipped around. I don't know if y'all can see this. Hopefully y'all can. I can't tell. My screen is broke because I'm a nigga. Anyway, so now that we have the claim number up here, you click this little button that says find this case. It's gonna pull up some little gibberish shit and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, did I fuck up? No you didn't. Just chill. Then you're going to type in your name because you are a creditor. Right now, I'm not going to type in my name because my name is going to pop up. I'm going to just type in John Doe. Okay? That ain't how you spell it, dummy. D-O-E. John Doe. Okay? John Doe is the creditor. All this other shit, please don't bother that. Don't bother stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. The Lord says handle the things that you can handle. We handling creditor shit. Now, if y'all do not believe what I'm telling you about filing a fraudulent claim, it's right there again. It's right there. A person who files a fraudulent claim can be fined up to $500,000 in imprisonment for up to 5 years or both. You have to check a box saying that you understand that. And you comply with that. Now, again, if you want to do that and not have the information that you need to file this claim unfraudulently or properly, then you go to jail. I don't give a damn. I'm going to check it and click next. It says the creditor is not listed. That's perfectly fine. You're not listed. This is your first time doing this. Let's click this button right here. Boom. You see that? It comes up. Everything comes up. Now, the first thing that I need for you to do real hard. I want you to think real hard. Close your eyes, squint it. Believe in yourself. Number one, you are a creditor. You can click that. You're a creditor. Okay? Because right now, U.S. Auto Sales is the debtor. All right? And remember how I told y'all I don't believe nothing that I say? Remember how I told y'all I don't believe nothing that I say, right? When you click on instructions, it pulls up information and instructions on how to file proof of claim. And you see this right here? This is how I know they changed from creditor to debtor. It says the debtor is a person, a corporation, or any other entity who is in bankruptcy. Are you in bankruptcy? No. Who's in bankruptcy? U.S. Auto Sales. The people who claim themselves as a creditor because you went to a buy here, pay here place. That's why I'm saying the shit that I'm saying. Okay? Like I said, don't believe shit that I say. Just, you know what I'm saying? Do your own research. Number 2, whatever address you put here, that is where your check is going to go. So if it's your mama house, your aunties, listen, if a random check comes in the mail and you don't get it, do not call Delaware Bankruptcy and do not call me. Because it's going to go to whatever address you put on here. If you have already done a claim and you have changed your address, call the Delaware Bankruptcy and update your address so that your check comes to the right address. Let's continue on. Who is the creditor? You're going to put your name right here. Not no extra name, put your first and last name. Don't overcomplicate this shit. Put your fucking address. Again, this address is whatever address that you need to put on there, you feel me, to get your check in the mail. And if they need to send out a notification, that's where they're going to send it to. Now, for those people that had co-signers and whatnot, you put your co-signer right here. Or the co-signer can do their own separate claim, whatever, however. Whatever you feel like is easy. Now, after you filled out the top and bottom, which is the easiest part of this, we're going to go right here to number 9, 10, 11, and 12. 9, 10, 11, 12 are easy as F. Easy, okay? Easy as getting pregnant in your teenage years, okay? Number 12. Is all or part of the claim entitled to priority under this code section? If you want to look that up, that is to your discretion. Me, I like to look shit up. That's up to you. You ain't got to do it. But I'm going to tell you this. You are not higher than anybody else. And the reason why I'm saying that is because how they are going to pay out, they're going to pay out bankruptcy first, whoever has a judgment, and then everybody else. You are not ahead of the game. You are a part of the team, Bookie. If you click yes, they're going to say which part of it do you want to be paid out first? And how do you want to be paid out and how much? Do you know the math on that? No. Don't be stupid. It says a claim may be partially prioritized or partly non-prioritized. For example, in some categories, the law limits the amount entitled to priority. That means you would be first to be paid out after bankruptcy. You're not doing that. You're not above the team. You're with the team. So you're going to click no for that. Is the claim subject to a write-off or a set-off? When Westlake said, hey, we will set off the amount that you owe and say that you owe a lower amount. That's what that means. Do you want all your money or do you want a piece of the money and just let them go on by? You can say yes if you want to. If you do say yes, right? Again, to your discretion. If you say yes, then you put your vehicle information here. You identify the property that is going to make them set off what is what. But again, that is to your discretion. Me, I put no. Okay? Number 10, is this claim based on a lease? You know that you financed the car. You didn't freaking lease the car. So why in the hell are y'all putting yes? You are not American Car Center. You're U.S. Auto Sales. You say no. You say okay? Is all a part of this claim secure? You're going to say yes to this one. So y'all got the answer. 10, no. 11, no. 12, no. If you say anything else from 10, 11, 12, but what the hell I said, you go to jail. You're putting yes, and the reason why you're putting yes is because the claim is secured by a lien on the property. Now you explain to me and correct me if I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, I'll admit it and I'll apologize. But last I checked, when y'all try to attempt to go get those titles for your vehicles at the Department of Revenue. They said, no, there's a lien on the property. Did they not say that? Because you sure don't have your title. So since it is a lien on the property, you got to click yes. Simple. Y'all are overthinking this. Y'all are overthinking this. Stop doing it immediately. Stop thinking this. Now, before I continue on, I'm finna go ahead and flip the screen. Because I don't see too many people interacting. I need people to like the live, share the live. I need to understand it. I need to say, yes, I get it. No, I don't understand. No, stop, go back. I need to know. Because I'm not going to keep doing this over and over again. This is my last time doing this. Because guess what? At this point, y'all are prolonging my check. Now I feel some type of way. Now I feel some type of way. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. I don't really care. Y'all are holding my check up. Now I have a problem. They keep canceling the court dates because y'all keep filing claims. So we're going to get this shit done today. And we're not going to talk about it no more. Y'all can talk about it in the U.S. Auto Sales Group. Y'all can if y'all want to. If you taking notes, help your neighbor. Didn't you learn that in school? Help your neighbor. Your neighbor say, hey, I don't know this. Can you help me? Help your neighbor. Because y'all are being very stingy. And the Lord have it on my... Okay, you told me not to curse. The Lord have it on my heart. Trust you, me? Whatever you doing is going to pay off. And I keep trying with y'all. And y'all keep testing me. I have children that test me every day. That ask me for money every day. That ask me for advice. Grown people who I've given the information to numerous of times. Absolutely not. We're not going to keep doing this. Can you give the number one more time for Delaware bankruptcy? Now, I will give the number again. But I'm going to also say this. When you Google is a mug. I'm not saying this to be smart. I'm not saying this to be smart. I promise you I'm not. Type in Delaware bankruptcy. Click on that first link. The number is there. But I will give you the number again. The telephone number for Delaware bankruptcy. Let me know when y'all ready. It's 302-252-2900. That is the number. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay? Let's continue on. Now, I'm going to flip y'all because like I said, one camera on 20%. I got it on the charger. I'm looking crazy than a mug. But let's continue on. This is why you click yes. Okay? You see it? Click yes. Right? Now, you know this is a motor vehicle. But if I have to tell y'all that this is a motor vehicle, you're fucking slow. I ain't even gonna cap. I can't even cap. You just slow. This is a motor vehicle that we are speaking about, people. Okay? Now, the reason why we're starting from the bottom up, because all the answers for number 9 will be for number 7. So you have to do number 9 before you do number 7. And the reason why, I don't know why they have it backwards. I don't know. No, I'm not keeping it live up on Facebook. I'm recording it on TikTok. And I'm going to post it to YouTube as soon as I download it. I'm trying not to make it so long, so y'all ain't got to hear me rah, rah, rah. And y'all can go to YouTube for free and get that information, okay? Let's continue on. Now, you see this area that says fixed or variable. Do you not have a fixed rate? Do you not have an APR rate? This is why you need your contract. This is why. And y'all sit up here and be like, I don't have my contract. Should I file a claim? Go ahead. $500,000 fine. Go to jail. Your APR rate that's on your retail installment contract is what you're going to put right there. Because why not? Pay attention. Again, when everybody asks me, am I keeping the live up? No. No, I'm not keeping it live up. Ask your neighbor for help. Everybody is in this live. Y'all can give somebody information if you've been here long enough. I know I've been yelling at y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. My TikTok is Dirty Joe. DURTTYJOE. And that's my YouTube. And I'm going to plug that at the end. Okay? Now, the value of the property. That's your car. The value of your property. The reason why you need the second page. You see this? You see this at the top? What does that say? Itemization amount finance. Itemization. That is a breakdown of everything that is getting paid. You see at the top, number one? What number one say? Cash price. That is the cash price of your car. They valued your car at this amount. Whatever that is. They valued your car at this amount. Who do we call to try to get our contract? Can somebody in the comment section tell him how he could get his contract? Anybody? Is that a young lady? My bad. I apologize, Miss Young Lady. Can somebody tell them how to get their contract? Now, if we look at it, let's also go to, hold on, where my dang on? I was looking for it yesterday. Hold on, y'all. I was looking for my other stuff, my purchase agreement, so I can show y'all. Can't show y'all that. That's some other information. Sheesh. Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. All right, your purchase agreement. You see why you would need your purchase agreement? It is a breakdown of what is being paid. This is why I'm telling you these two things. I know a lot of people is telling you other stuff. I understand the confusion, and the only thing I can do is apologize for it, y'all. I'm sorry that y'all are getting mixed information, but I'm telling you why this stuff that I'm telling you makes sense. Now, when you look up the word secure, because the next part of this what is it called? The next part of this claim, it says the amount of the claim that is secured. Well, the way that we understand this is when you get a secured credit card, don't you got to put the money on it? Don't you got to put the money on the secured card, right? That is what you paid. Simple. Don't overthink it. What have you paid? What have you paid? Well, let's go ahead and I'm going to list down all the things that you have paid or you might not have paid. Let's get into it. Number one. Did you or did you not pay a down payment? Okay. You did? Put that down. And we're going to write that to the side. I'm going to tell you what my down payment was. My down payment is on my retail installment sales contract, which is the first one. My down payment was $1,887. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do, because don't be stupid. Be realistic. Don't lie. Because they might ask you for more proof. So, we're going to use my numbers. Every time I'm looking for a pen, I can't find one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm in the midst of working out, filing court cases, putting a goddamn meal plan together. I'm sorry. It's just a lot going on here. And I'm behind on motherfucking emails. My manager is going to kill me. Okay. Anyway. So we're going to take my numbers. Like I said, I made a down payment of $1,887, right? That is how much I put down for my car. I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to also take into accountability that I paid a warranty. Even though the warranty might not have been paid to the DOWC, it was paid to somebody. And you didn't get a refund back for that. So, if you do have a warranty, you're going to add that to it. My warranty amount, and it says what my warranty amount is. The warranty is listed as the dealer-owned warranty company. And it's going to say service contract on your second page of your retail installment sales contract. The reason why I know that is because it's right there. It's right there. See that? Now, I did take a highlighter to a lot of my contract because when this first started, I was so heavily invested. But that's me. I can't tell you what to do. You feel what I'm saying? You do what you want to do. If you want to put circles around it, you put circles around it. You want to put it in parentheses, you put it in parentheses. But it says that my dealer-owned warranty is $2,795. Okay? You're going to put that to the side. And the reason why I'm telling you, you're going to put it to the side, because now, here's where the big shit comes in. Here's where the real math, not really, but y'all are overcomplicating it. It's okay. We're going to figure it out, right? So, your bi-weekly payment, which means that you would have paid your car note twice, to equal one monthly payment. So my bi-weekly payment was $244.57. You're going to add $244.57 together. Let me grab my little calculator. I'm not saying that I do math in my head because I really don't, low key. I do math better on sheet and paper. So I'm going to type in 244.57 plus 244.57. That equals $489.14. So I just added that together. $489.14. That is considered a 1 month payment. Well, when did I get this vehicle? I got this vehicle in 2023, February. February of 2023. So February, down payment was made. Then you have March, April, May, June, July. You're counting your months. How many monthly payments did you make? Realistically, please don't lie to these people. Now me, I made my down payment, which was $1,800, the $2,700 payment. And then I made, what was it? They closed in April. So February, March, April, 3 months. So I'm going to take that $489. And I'm going to add that 3 times. Don't overcomplicate this shit. And if you know you didn't make no more than whatever payment that you made, please don't fucking lie to these people. You can add it 3 times. Or you can multiply it times 3. Because like I said, I only had my car from February 1st, which at that time, I made my down payment. And some of my payment was deferred. So you got February, March, April. They closed in April. They didn't even stay up that long. I didn't even have that car long. I only had it for 3. Well, I had it longer than 3 months. Because I stopped paying Westlake. But to each his own. Anyway, let's continue on. So once I do that, I can multiply times 3. And right there, that gives me $1,460.42. Or, I'm going to add it all together. Let's do that. $489.14 plus $489.14 plus $489.14. Guess what? They give me the same motherfucking number. $1,467.42. That is what I secured. When you get a secured credit card, you put down your deposit. And that is what you have to spend. So guess what? Your secured amount is that amount right there. All I did was, I had a warranty payment, I had a down payment, and I had monthly payments. If you did not have a warranty, don't add a fucking warranty. Don't overcomplicate this shit. Just add your down payment and how many months did you make the payment. Now, let's just say I were a motherfucker that been doing this shit for 5 years. This is what you're going to do. You're going to take that 1 monthly payment. Because remember, I said my bi-weekly payment was $244.57. Right? $244.57. Add that to another $244.57. That gave me $489.14. That's 1 monthly payment. So my car note was basically under $500. Let's just say I did it for an entire year. Now you could add that up 12 times if you want to. Or you could be smart like me. Or pretend to look smart with glasses like me. And you take that $489.14 and times that times 12. Times 12 months. That's 1 motherfucking year. Did you do it for 5 years? Let's go ahead and times it. So $489.14 times 12 months will give me $5,869.68. That's 1 year worth of payments. If you did it 5 times, you're going to take that amount and you're going to add that 5 times, or you can multiply it 5 times. But you have to do a little math. I'm sorry. That is your secured amount. Once you put in your secured amount, which I'm going to show y'all. Hold on. Let me turn the camera. Let me turn. All right. So remember, I told you my secured amount is $1,467.42. That is what sorry. That amount goes here. That is my secured amount. Okay. Remember these numbers that you are writing down, because if you do not, you will not know what you are putting down for the next thing. It's the same thing, repetitive across the board. 8870. That was the value of my car, right? What is unsecured is what's left of this loan. This is why I said get this, right? Because you're going to look at the full amount, the total sales price. The total sales price for mine was $38,083. 8,300. I know that sounds like a wrong fucking number, okay? So what you're going to see is the total sales price, right? And remember, in that same box area, right next to it says total payments, right? Total amount financed on credit. Now, it's considered unsecured is what you did not pay. If you did not pay it, it's unsecured, babe. So we're trying to figure out what you didn't pay for so we can go ahead and move to the next thing. So what you're going to do is, I feel, and this is just my personal opinion, you do the total sales price and you take away what you have paid. Remember, we've already done the calculation. So what I would do is take $38,083.36. Take away $1,467.42. So what is considered unsecured, I would put $36,61,594. That's what's unsecured. That's what you have not paid into the vehicle. That's what you basically got left. My APR rate was 22.17, right? Now, the reason why I told y'all to do number 9 before you do number 7, because it says right here, I highlight it for you. The sum of the secured amount and unsecured amount is the amount that should be matched on line number 7. So you cannot do number 7 until you do number 9. So the sum, everybody know what sum means. Sum means you're adding. You're going to add this up. So let's add it up. This plus this equals what? The 36 plus the 1467.42 equals the amount of my total sales price, which is $38,83.36. Now, right here, it's going to say, does the amount include interest and other charges? Does it not include interest? You have an APR rate. You do have an interest rate. And why? It's attachment. These are going to be attachments that you will have that shows that there is an interest rate on the thing. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Oh, snap. TikTok, no! No! Okay. All right. Whew. Almost scared me. All right. Now, you have done number 12, 11, 10, 9, and 7. Let's do number 8. It says, what is the base of the claim? A motor vehicle loan. Just type it there. A motor vehicle loan. Don't overcomplicate this shit. After you do that, if you want to come back up here, for sure you have to complete the entire section before you move on. Has this claim been acquired by someone else? No. No, you're the first one doing it. You check here if the payment address differs from the notice address. Let's hope the fuck not, so you don't have that extra drama. Number 4 should already be checked for you. Let's go to number 5. Do you know if anyone else have filed proof of claim for this claim? No, this is your first time filing the claim. Don't overcomplicate this shit. Do you have any number you use to identify the debtor? No. Because if you say yes, it's going to ask you, what is the last 4 digits of the debtor's account? No. That's why you say no. After you do that, make sure you go in this section, because remember at the beginning of this, I told you to go ahead and save your documents. When you click this and you sign all of this and you check that you ain't no robot, a box is going to pop up and say, hey, upload the documents. If you did not save the documents as a PDF form, you're going to have to print this claim out and you're going to have to make copies of your proof, and you're going to have to send it off. Okay? Let's start over. Remember I said that there were 2 other claims? You got 23-112-52. Anytime that you see it populate like this is how you know I know what I'm talking about. 51-112. Let's do 5-3. We know that 5-3 is closed. Cannot find the case. It's closed. Let's do 5-4. Watch this. 5-4. You see? Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, damn it. Dummy. I did it wrong. It's 23-112. 5-3. But when you look it up, it does say that it is closed. Boom. 23-112-54. Oops. I put a period right there. You see that? It doesn't say closed right there by it. So that is how you know. Okay? Now, for all the people that have already done Delaware bankruptcy, if you have already, claim information. If you've already filed a claim, this is why I said this other button was important. You could withdraw the claim or proof of claim, but if you do proof of claim, they're going to tell you to print out your claim stuff and go from there. So, 23 dash, what is it? 112-51. We're just going to type a name in there. We don't care about that. Next. This is all the people that have filed a claim for U.S. Auto Sales. That's 23-112-51. These are all the amounts, and this has been filed since 2023. The more and more y'all keep filing claims, the longer and longer we will have to wait. Please hurry up and get it in. Please do not overrush, bomb rush, or do anything dumb to sit here and not get paid. Now, you see this? They have to find a way to pay us. So they're doing any and everything that they can do. You see them. You don't have to say nothing. You don't control what they do and how they are attempting to get their money. Because guess what? They have to pay us. Some of the claims that do have zero are some claims that either were denied or were pulled. An assumption that, they didn't qualify or their claim did not make sense. Now, this one is very important. This is called the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This says 42 million. Oh, shit. Phone went dead from TikTok. So I guess I'm going to have to leave up this Facebook thing for a good little minute. But while we're here, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was a claim. Okay? U.S. Auto Sales, U.S. Auto Finance, and USASF, which is one entity, had admitted to a lot of things that they were doing in the wrong. Okay? And because of that, this is just my assumption. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't give out legal advice. I'm going to be honest with you, right? If everybody hurry up and file their claims so we not still waiting around, if everybody actually sits there and finish filing their claims and everything gets done appropriately in a timely fashion, what's going to end up happening is this is just my thought process. I don't know if it's true or not. But my thought process is they will pay Delaware bankruptcy because I've already, if y'all haven't seen it, I can go ahead and release that too. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Because I got to be very mindful of this. All right, can I zoom in on this? Can I zoom? All right, anyway, not really sure, right? My TikTok just got shut down because my phone went dead. It's back up charging now, so I guess I will have to download this and then just throw it on my YouTube. But I'm sure, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. Let me see if I can just download it and open it that way and zoom in for y'all. So this is just my assumption. Again, I've never been through bankruptcy. I've never had a bankruptcy situation happen to me or a company that I ever dealt with. But I'm going to zoom in just a tad bit, right? You see all of this? These are all the people that they have to pay before they pay anybody else. because they've already done services. Now, can we go look at the list of names? Yeah, we can do that in a second. Hold on. So you see this? This is called a legal assistant. It says their hourly and billing rate. $300. They were charging $300 an hour. They did an hour and 60. So that's $480. They also charged $275. And they did 12 billable hours. And it equaled out to $3,000. As you can see, this is how the chart is going. You have the bankruptcy directors. They are getting the most money. But mind you, U.S. Auto Sales the total amount is $128,932.50. They're binding the rate, which means that they're giving them an option to make payments, but they have to pay that. They have to pay this full amount. Okay. Now, outside of that, I feel like after they pay Delaware bankruptcy or begin to make those monthly payments, the next people that they will have to pay is the CFPB. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. Please don't confuse the two. The CFPB sued U.S. Auto Sales on behalf of them knowing that there were violations that occurred that people had already put in complaints about that company prior to any of this other stuff happening. They sued them off basis of information from people who purchased their car from, I think it was 2019 or 2016 to 2022. Now, if you want to look up that lawsuit, that you definitely can. So that's why when people are saying, hey, I got my car in this year, can I still file a claim? Two separate things. If you were one of the people that, of course, got a violation on what the CFPB accused U.S. Auto Sales of, you're going to get a random check in the mail. They have your information, and if they don't have your information, they're forcing U.S. Auto Sales to get your information. So, with that being said, thought process, they got to pay out bankruptcy, then they got to pay out the CFPB, which is a $42 million settlement, and then after that, everybody else get paid. So, even if you don't get a check from CFPB, congratulations if you do. But for those people that are not getting a check from CFPB, still file a claim, because you just need to do that. Now, I will show this list. I don't feel like it's important, but I guess everybody wants to see a list of people who filed. I don't really understand why. But yeah. So if we mess up, we can't go back. No, you cannot. So don't mess up. I already gave you the information to not mess up. It's not that hard. So if y'all can see, these are all the people starting at 1. These are all the amounts. Some people have 0. So you see this? So I'm going to give you a prime example. Oh, shit. And it's going low. Okay. I'm going to give you a prime example. As you can see, this is my name right here. I'm number 32. This is my claim number, $6,170. Boom. This was done in 2023. But I had paper stuff that I couldn't save to my computer. Like my information for, what was it? My information for my judgment that I needed to send, because you can't find it online anymore. So this is why my name is right here and there's a 0 next to it. I'm only telling you because that's what was told to me. So I don't want you to panic. But mind you, if it was denied, both of them would be zeroed. Just one is 0. So I'm just telling you what it says and how they're going about that, or whatever the case may be. A couple of tow companies, a couple of banks. See how these people are trying to get in where they fit in. DOWC, all the money that they owe them. Boom. Again, anybody can look at this list. This is public record. So how can we look at that list? You would go here. No, actually, see this? You would be here. You would click on that. You would be here. Withdraw claim. Put in the claim number, 23-11251. Find the case. Type in your name. Click that you understand it, and then next, and it's going to pull it up. Okay? Do anybody have any questions? Because Lord knows, my motherfucking head, how can we find out that we ain't zeroed out? You have to look at the list. If you've already filed a claim and your shit is zeroed out, both of them, like you have your name on there twice, like mine's, like I said, I had more evidence that I couldn't download to my computer, so I had to print everything out and send it to them paper. So if your name is on there twice and your name is zeroed on there twice, your claim was not accepted. If your name is on there once and it's zeroed out, your claim was not accepted. They probably didn't feel like your claim was acceptable. Something is better than nothing. So I would highly suggest y'all just file a claim. But please, number one, don't crash the website. Number two, be mindful of what you guys are putting on this paperwork, because this shit is not a joke. And number three, please stop holding up my cheek, because it's nerve-wracking right now. Anybody got any questions? Because I'm legit tired right now. This takes a lot of energy out of me. I have 2 boxes on mine that I put wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you made a mistake. And that's okay. It happens. For future references, if this does happen, this is what you do. For future references, Can I please have this information on file? Absolutely not. Can't do it, won't do it. So y'all know, I'm going to go ahead and put this out here too, for those that don't know or for those that don't understand. A lot of the things that I do is very unconventional. And because it's very unconventional, I have to have people fully understand why I do delete a lot of my stuff, or why I private my stuff. For those that don't know, a long time ago, one of my good associates, Mark, and we work together a lot. I love Mark, and there's another person as well, but I don't disclose who the other person may be, right? Love Mark to death. Mark has been very helpful and in the forefront of a lot of stuff that helped assist me with a couple of cases. He was doing something called case advocacy. For those that do not know and understand, case advocacy does not mean that he is a lawyer or that he is practicing law without a law degree, because that is considered illegal. We do not do that. We are not lawyers. We do not proclaim to give out legal advice or financial advice. That's not what we do, right? So he had the people that he was assisting sign a documentation stating that it was document preparation and that they were still responsible for their own needs, well-beings, and getting the things resolved for their own case. Unfortunately, because, and this is no shade to Asha King at all. Her and I, we've had a conversation about this already, but I'm putting this out here of why we delete a lot of the things that are put out there, because there was a court case in Florida, and if y'all want to look it up, you can, because it's public record. If you have a Pacer account, you can look it up. Westlake Portfolio Management's lawyers in Florida attempted to sue Mark for practicing law without a law degree. And in the evidence of the court case, they snapped a picture of that Facebook with Asha King stating that nobody should be charging for services if we're all in the same boat. And Westlake attempted to use that to get Mark in trouble. Now, thank God Mark had people sign a contract letting me know what he was doing and that he's not doing that anymore. Thank God the judge was very lenient on him, and we appreciate her in general, because we was on pins and needles about doing everything. But I'm going to just tell you right now, there are judges and there are lawyers that don't want you to fight. And they want you to help yourselves. And they want you to stand up in court. They want you to have the ability to do the things that you need to do, without the assistance of somebody like me that's fueling you, or without the assistance of Mark or Asha King or Tech or a Miss Swim, of anybody. They don't want us to help each other. Divide and conquer is the best option because everybody stay confused. And this is why, even though I promise you my heart of hearts, I did not want people to be confused, but I also didn't want to be caught in the crossfire because of all the stuff that I was fueling behind the scenes. I feel like one band, one sound, we move together as a unit, everything would make more beneficial sense. But when you guys are in a state of confusion, or you guys are saying incorrect information, that is what they like. They fuel off of that and they're okay with it. Me personally, I'm not okay with it. So that's why I act the way I act towards y'all. And it's, again, like I told y'all plenty of times before, it's definitely not out of anger or frustration, for sure. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm passionate. And I want y'all to get y'all shit together. Imagine if this was your daughter or your son or your cousin or your niece or your nephew going through this shit. You gonna tell them to go get a lawyer? We done made it this far without a fucking lawyer. You feel what I'm saying? Some people, they've been able to afford a lawyer. Most people cannot afford a lawyer. Hence why we went to these rinky-dink ass buy here, pay here places. And plus, we don't have the knowledge that we need to have. Now, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna try to keep this up. But after a while, if I don't do it tonight, I'll probably private this live, which means that everybody who is my friend, which I told you, that's another, I do not accept friends because I don't know who possibly could be Westlake, and I don't want that issue on my page. So I don't accept any more friends. If I don't private this live tonight, I probably will private the live tomorrow in the morning when I get up and handle all my affairs. I don't want to have to go to jail to prove that these people are doing a lot of wrong shit. I don't want to have to sit up here and get a healthy fine for y'all to understand what the hell is going on. I don't want you guys to get a healthy fine. I don't want you to go to jail. I don't want y'all to go over and beyond for a check that you know is dedicated to you, for you. All the shit that has been going on for the past 3 to 4 years is mentally, financially, and emotionally exhausting. It's exhausting to help people that don't want to help themselves. It is exhausting to sit up here and realize that you don't give a fuck enough to just simply read some of the stuff. It's frustrating. I promise you it is. I'm not going to lie to you. It's draining me. And it's irking because if it were to be your daughter, or your son, I would never let my kids go through a sufferable experience like this when I'm going through this to gain the experience. If it were to happen to my children, they don't have to suffer through it. Mommy knows how to handle it. You feel what I'm saying? If you do not know how to click on the list, can somebody, your neighbor, ask your neighbor for help? I showed you. Ask your neighbor. Somebody give her the instructions. This is what I'm talking about. This is how you, let me explain something. How you build a proper community, because regardless of what's going on, even if you are the light to a very dark situation, sometimes you need a community behind you that will work together to handle the things that need to be handled. If I have already guided you, directed you, gave you the answers, put it out there on Front Street, put it out there so that y'all can know and understand what's going on, right? What your next option that you would need to do is tap your neighbor. Hey, do you have this information? How do you get this? And when y'all go into that group, because like I said, once I private it, it's going to be it. But once you go back into that group, I'm sorry, if somebody is saying something incorrect, correct them. Don't say nobody has said anything. Don't tag me. Don't. I already got enough heat on my back. Don't tag me. Just be like, this is where you look at it. This is where I got the information from. This is what you got to do. Help each other. Because the more and more it looks more confusing, or that we do not understand what is going on, they're okay with that. They would prefer not to give you a check. Did you know we had we have 2 class action lawsuits that's in California that have been put into arbitration because they want to silence us and give us a little bitty ass, maybe $10,000 check. Maybe. And probably less than that, honestly. They don't want you to fight. They don't want you to fight. They don't want you to, you know what I'm saying, stand up for yourself. They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to have an option and whatnot. So, if y'all got any questions, please ask them now. I'm really exhausted. I'm really exhausted. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow. I officially have a 14-year-old. I'm tired. So y'all have any questions? Now is the time to ask. Because as I told y'all before, once I get off of live, I do not come back on. Not at all. I do not. I hate it. I will make that one phone call, Miss China, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. On the norm, I do not respond to any of my messages about this situation. If you want to speak about this situation, I'm going to be honest. I've said all the information that needs to be said in the live. And I'm going to even do y'all a solid. I will keep it up until tomorrow morning. I always tell y'all when I take it down or when I'm going to private it immediately so that that's not an issue. Okay? So I'm being nice. Please don't take my kindness for weakness.